I feel like I was lied to by this one's trailer. I thought it was going to be like Soren and Chief teaming up to break into Onyx Space, and it was going to be like they could show the people they're shooting. They're going to get like all fucked up. It was going to be like Brothers in Arms. It was going to be Army of Two. They were going to Army of Two.
Soren's finally getting his moment in the sun as a Spartan.
I brought up Army of Two, and then I remembered, oh no, Halo has co-op. Like the whole
Very
point.
true.
Yeah, Halo
It's
is
co-op.
very well known for two Spartans doing shit. But they would have been probably not like murdering humans, but like just knocking them about.
But it's justified.
And you could show them, because this episode does the exact same thing of not showing fucking anything because CGI is expensive. They don't show anything ever.
Yeah.
It's them fighting Mist, and it's insane.
Oh, very true. The first half of the episode, Kai training the new Spartan 3s, and she's like, okay, you're going to do this mission, which you think is real, but it's a simulation the whole time. They got us.
And not even a simulation as in like, oh, they're versing holograms or whatever. No, it's all in their mind. They're sitting in chairs.
Nobody.
So
they don't show
weak?
what they're shooting at all.
Their muscles are like atrophying while they get really good at game sense.
You know, it would have been really good if they used like sprites from the video games from like Halo 1. That would have been such a...
I had the exact same thought last night. It would have been so
and no
cool.
one would have been angry either, because it's like, that's a callback. You just use like really bad like Halo 1, like Combat Evolved.
Yes, and you save
like-
money on your CGI because like it's basically machinima at that point.
Yeah.
And then you just get this dope ass sequence of them playing Halo, and then they're like come out of it and be like, damn, these graphics look like they're from
Yeah.
the 2000s, and then everyone would have been like, hee hee hee.
You
So we
get
solved it. We fixed
and
Halo.
the people who like the show would have been like, yeah,
Yeah, if you like Halo, you'll like it even more. If you're like, this is a pretty dumb show, you're like, all right.
And I know. I haven't read anything about it, but I know there's people out there who are saying this is like up there with like top 3 episodes of this whole show,
Yeah,
which isn't hard to do.
They're probably like
but
the Reach episode and then this one. They're like, yeah, because Master Chief punches someone.
Master Chief, we see him
Crazy.
fight people, which that is cool.
It is a cool section. It is the only good bit in the entire episode.
Him storming the base.
Yes. Not him versing Kai. He does fight Kai later on, but that's just like Kai's beating the shit out of him. And he's like, you made the joke of like, stop resisting.
Yeah.
She says something like, yeah, she's like, I'm going to take you in alive. And he's like, all right, arrest me. And then she just punches him in the face.
It's like he's not doing anything. He wasn't even resisting.
It's
like,
beautiful.
Okay, I know at the start
It's
he was
really
like
topical
trying
to
to
our
walk,
time, you know?
He was trying to walk past her, and that's why she was beating the shit out of him. But then in the end, he would just get like beat up and then stand up, and then she'd be like,
So, yeah, her final blow on him is just like the flat of her shoe boot on
She's
top
like
of his
Hulk
face.
Hogan, like
He's dead. He's a dead
boots him
man.
to the head.
And then he bashes his spine. I'm like, oh no, he's dead. But then you're like, no, he's augmented. And I'm like, oh yeah, I guess.
So
but still,
funny.
he gets shit kicked.
He gets the
And he's still not in his armor. Doesn't find his armor this episode.
and then she's just like, well, see ya. Time to leave. Probably the most powerful human / Spartan
because she has
ever.
armor on. She has armor on. So
I don't know why.
She's
and
better.
I know
than him.
you, like people are gonna say like she didn't because she believes in him. You know, you saw that later when she spoke to Ackerson. That's why she left him to do his plan.
Stop
Still,
shit-kicking him early.
Then why did you beat him up to completion?
It's so dead.
To knockout.
And back to Ackerson. She leaves him alive, right? And then goes to talk to Ackerson. But earlier, Ackerson shows her a video playback of him escaping, beating up a bunch of guards, which is a cool scene, although they're very dead. Like, he whips one of them around the throat and, like,
Yeah.
breaks one of their arms off. Horrible
He
person.
wraps it around the throat and pulls him to the other side of a room.
Yeah, no more just being like, oh, we're just soldiers. Good soldiers follow orders. No, these guys are dead now. But Ackerson watches this video playback with Kai, and he's like, this is captured an hour ago. And it's like, does no one watch
He
this
should be
live?
off planet by then.
And we're like, okay, so I guess they caught him off screen, and like she's just showing Kai, and Kai's going to go interrogate him. But no, then they cut to him just walking around
he's Metal
the
Gear
base,
Soliding around the base,
accessing
and no
keypads.
one sees him for an hour.
and they even say like, this is the biggest man I've ever seen. And it's like, but there's cameras all around the base, right?
And
Not just in that one
those
room.
soldiers who woke up, and also people who probably saw the camera.
They were out for an hour or more. No, they're all dead. They couldn't wake up.
Someone would have seen him. Anyway,
They don't have any security guy. He comes back from his tea break and he's like, drops his thing because there's just dead people all over.
The guy who took a sickie, who took the morning off.
That'd be a good scene to VFX and like add blood splatters because there's so many.
Ooh, yeah.
Like just
Well, it's like
murder.
even like the people he beats up in the forest, like he shoots one guy, and it's like, yeah, he doesn't like shoot him in the head, but he like sprays him. I have a man that might not make it.
They're like, we have 10 in the hospital and one might not make it. And it's like, why is Chief being so mean to these guys?
Oh, I really like the part where Chief touched the artifact.
Oh, and it's subscribed to our YouTube channel. I have a question about Spartan 3s, which I don't actually want you to answer.
Okay.
Because I think that will ruin it because the show hasn't told me.
Okay.
So I don't know why Spartan 3s exist or why they're called Spartan 3s. As in, I would assume from that they're better than Master Chief. But this is Perez. Perez couldn't aim a gun like 3 episodes
Perez had
ago.
PTSD since episode 1.
Yeah, and it's been like a day because like they got picked up and then they flew to go get they went to go get Kessler, which is a thing we'll talk about after. But Spartan 3s have nothing. As far as I can tell, they weren't augmented in the 5 hours since the last episode. Their armor looks fine, but not as beefy. They look like more streamlined. And then they've got the ONI woman being like, we'll sacrifice as many as we have to. And they do show that they have a fuck ton of them. So like Spartan 3s must be expendable, which means they're worse than things. But how are they different to Marines?
Very true. It's like, is it just the armor or is it the training?
Well, they're not getting training, or it's all in their brain. And it's not like a hyperbaric time chamber where they've done like 1,000 simulations in their head. It's like, no, Perez and her team sucks. Like they were all bickering. They're all assholes to each other. And then one of them screams, we're all going to die.
Great, we're all going to die.
Like imagine if Master Chief like was just like, nah, we're dead. It's game over, man. Game over.
I mean, I guess, so Chief is a Spartan 2.
Okay.
Which I know.
So what was the Spartan
There's already
1?
way too much detail.
Like a test
it's
subject?
Like the prototype, you know?
Okay.
People whose like brains just exploded as soon as Halsey touched
one
them.
Spartan 2 seems to be worth like 1,000 Spartan 3s.
Very true. So it's like one's genetically made, one is just
a guy
who got a
Perez. Who
congratulations!
Was like, I'm pretty sure Perez was also
3.
like a communications expert or something, which is why she was on that communication planet.
They could have just not had Perez, have it be a regular ragtag group.
We need more women.
And just be like, oh, this is a team we've been training here since kids as well.
Yes.
You know?
Well,
they could have done anything.
That's my thing, because they said they've taken Kessler, they want to make him into a Spartan. And I'm like, oh no, they're going to like augment their kid and like he might get fucked up like Soren. Like that would ruin Soren. That sounds awful. But if they're just going to stick him in a suit of armor and make him play video games, like that doesn't seem so bad.
I'm ready for my deployment.
This kid, how they're going to recruit Gen Z.
Very true. I mean, Helldivers is doing a hell of a job at recruiting.
Soren should not be too worried if they can just go get him and like take him home. It's not like there's a time limit. He's not going to be irreparably damaged. He's just a guy.
Yeah. I would have loved Chief and Soren both storming the base, but it's like, we just got back together, but we're going to have to split up again.
Oh God, why do we split everyone up again?
I need to go get my son. And Chief's like, I need to go get...
he's gone after Atkinson.
Yeah,
I think he's just mad.
He's like, I'm gonna go after Atkinson, and then Soren's like, I need to go after my son, and then that's when they split again. But this time it's on their own.
You see,
terms.
I thought the kid would be with Atkinson, so they'd be like, all right, we're both gonna go.
Atkinson spins around on the chair, and Kessler's on his lap.
Like he's stroking.
Hello, Soren.
But he's completely shaved.
Correct. Except for the helmet. This is a child.
Yeah, don't do that.
Can I talk about your favorite part of this episode?
Yes.
I know this is your favorite part. So Quan falls down a portal hole, and it's like, oh my God, that hole that we saw on Madrigal.
Also, fuck the fact Quan's there.
It's like, oh my God, she falls in it. What's happening? And then, well, she doesn't fall, she jumps in because she's getting shot at. And then she gets like hover stopped. And then you find out that there's a secret group of super secret UNSC scientists down there who are working on a Stargate, I think.
Yes. It definitely looked like a Stargate. Because...
And Halsey 1 is like, how dare you tell them my research? And Halsey 2 is like, well, if I didn't look at it, I wouldn't have known all the problems with it. And then they never showed her ever again.
Keys is back. As in like Miranda Keys is back. This is episode 6, so we haven't seen Keys in like, I don't think she was in the finale, so maybe like 8 or 9 episodes.
Yeah.
And then she's just back suddenly. And it's weird. I guess I've got to give them the credit that they didn't say, she didn't go, Miranda, and then she went, hello, mum. Like, they didn't restate that it was the mum.
True.
Although that doesn't even fucking matter, because it didn't even matter last season.
Very
so why
true,
would
but
it
I
even
think if
matter
they
this
don't
season?
mention it, they're hoping we'll forget.
Yeah, maybe it was a made-up thing. Maybe it wasn't originally there. I don't know.
Nah, I don't know.
So yeah, they split the whole gang up again. Weirdly, the whole gang went.
Yeah.
And Soren goes with his wife. I get because they want the kid, but I don't give a fuck about Kessler.
I didn't give a fuck about Soren's wife.
Yes, she can also disappear.
See ya.
Quan should disappear. Because like Quan disappeared for the last like 3 episodes of last season, and then like she's only been popping up occasionally this season just to remind us she's a thing. And now her whole goal is to follow an old woman to the same thing she was doing in last season.
Yeah.
Like her calling from last season.
She's going on another spirit quest.
She's just redoing it.
She's already done the spirit quest.
And was like, yes, I'll look after this planet, which was stupid. But now it's stupid because she's like not even being the protector of her homeworld.
Yes. And also what does it matter if she was the protector of Madrigal when there's another portal thing here?
And also not a very good job because Madrigal got last.
So who was the guardian of this planet?
Maybe she's the guardian of the portal to the Halo? Because you gotta be right, it's gotta be a Stargate. Like there's no way we're all getting on a ship
Well,
and going
I
to the
saw a
Halo,
super
right?
secret super spoiler, which is Google episodes, and so they
Yeah.
named episode 8
Halo, which is the finale.
which is the finale of the season. So they named it Halo. So whether that means they're just gonna say the name of it, whether they're gonna get there,
Or like, we're going to Halo, and then it cuts.
yeah.
But if the only other way is for them to just teleport to Halo, because we still need to spend half of next episode. Oh, actually, all of next episode, because next episode is called Thermopylae.
Yes.
Which again they randomly mentioned as the Thermopylae Pass earlier, which again is like 3,000 years ago, man.
There hasn't been more
Calm the
accurate
fuck
battles.
down.
No one's done it better since.
There's never been a fight on a bridge
But
since
then again, it's
then.
like I understand it's like that was the original, that's why we name it after it, but there haven't been actual gunfights that use the same tactics that are more that are smarter
I
and
guess
more
it's
accurate.
a bottleneck. That's
I
They're just
understand.
like, yes. But then they bring it up this episode because the training facility that Kessler is going to be working in, I guess, not because he's not in his mind, maybe, who fucking knows. But the parents are going to rescue Kessler from Thermopylae, which was just like, it looked like a big training facility. It reminded me a lot of the Clone Wars episode with Delta Squad. I think the writer just liked the word Thermopylae. Like, it's that level of, I'm going to keep bringing up Thermopylae because I just watched 300
I
last
think
week.
it's more like, do you know what's cool? That war never changes and tactics of
War
the
never
past are
changes.
just as good as tactics of the future, you know? It's
Except we
like,
have guns now.
we're going old school.
And no
exactly.
shields.
I don't know. I
It's-
don't know.
Well, the episode ends with Chief doing what? Touching the artifact?
Yes.
Because reasons, I guess. And then Mackie touches it as well. Also, Mackie was hanging out with Arbiter and an elite priest
Yeah.
who just showed up this episode. Like, he wasn't a thing before, but now there's an elite priest. But that's
Now
kind of
he's
cool, I
speaking
guess. That's where the CGI budget went, just showing those two.
Well, it's like we got Master Cheeks last season. This season we got Arbiter.
we got gross Arbiter.
Gross, like,
he's,
ew!
he's standing there like
and
Kylo
he's doing
Ren
like
does.
he's like doing like the punishing himself thing. Like
he
like
branded
a brain.
himself.
He was like,
Yes. Yeah. And
know?
like they look strange, like
it
without
was
their
weird.
armor on.
And
but-
also maybe I'm
CGI 's
wrong,
not bad,
and
I
I was
guess.
just hold up. I don't know. The first two scenes
Oh,
with the
yeah.
priest, it looks like he's like.
yeah,
I'm like, why is he jittery? Like he looks fucking jittery.
I'll definitely need to try to put a clip into that because yeah, you're right. He looked like he was at it on twos. Like he leaves quicker.
he's like a South Park character. Like,
Yes, you can save like that's half price if you only have to edit every second
Yeah.
frame. You can get that shit done so quick.
we can go on lunch early. We got
We've
another
got tiny energy.
I was gonna
knife.
say we got another unique energy weapon. We got energy nail in the last season.
We
got
did.
energy sword this season, and then now we have energy Altair assassin. Like
so
little,
pointless.
like wrist
And
gauntlet.
that character they introduced, the elite priest,
Yeah.
they just kill him.
Yes.
Like he's just gone now.
I mean, it was pretty cool that scene where Arbiter's like, you know, who those were gonna stand with me, stand with me. If
Although
not,
it's so telegraphed.
well, then he beheads like 3 elites in
it
one.
is a laser sword. in
Very
fairness.
true. But what if two of those 3 were on his side?
he didn't give them a chance. He just killed them.
And that kind of confused me for a bit. I was like, wait, what's happening? I'm like, why aren't none of these guys killing Maki? And I realized, oh, it's because there's some of them are on Arbiter's side. I thought Arbiter was fighting all of them, but it was like,
Oh yeah,
they got
I
divided.
didn't notice that at all.
Why can't anyone stab Maki right now while she's touching the thing? And I know we're going to go back. The next episode is going to start with her touching the thing.
Well, the reason I couldn't tell that Arbiter wasn't the only one fighting was because the camera was following Mackie like crawling across the floor the whole time while there's blurry fighting in the background. I'm like, good use of that CGI budget.
Cortana's back and she's playing everybody, kind of.
Yes, she's like a triple agent and she can literally be anywhere inside of the facility. There's just holo projectors everywhere.
Very true.
I don't know what that's a real thing.
They say in the first episode or second episode when she's introduced, they give a reason for how she shows up, but I thought it was tied to his suit or something.
Yeah,
or
I always
like,
thought
or
it
to
was
the
part of
lab.
a suit, like a little projector.
I don't know.
Unless she was near a computer that also had one. But doesn't matter. They're together again. It seems like she still likes him and he seemed to not hate her anymore.
Maki and Cortana are both like frothing over their love for Chief. They're like,
Sure. They haven't talked in 6 episodes, Cortana and Chief, and they didn't really like each other last
well,
season.
they haven't spoken this whole season.
Exactly. Yeah. And they didn't really like each other last season until the last episode. He was like, all right, take me over. Like, it doesn't feel like a reunion because they never really had anything. And because this season kind of wants to be a reboot, it doesn't gel for me. I feel like it could be good. And I feel like if they cut all this crap like Kessler and everything,
all
we
could
could
have
have
been
had
good.
a relationship. So yeah, it doesn't feel like anyone on Halo cares about Halo. Because otherwise I feel like you'd be focusing way more on Chief and Cortana instead of your little OC character, Kessler. He might be from the book. I don't give a fuck.
You don't know Kessler's from the fucking book.
Kessler's my favorite book character.
All right. Do you reckon we get a dog shit episode in true Halo fashion? dog shit episode, good finale.
I don't even think we'll get that, honestly. Thermopylae seems like it's going to be a save Kessler, and it'll be a bunch of people sitting around talking.
Maki and Chief are going to reunite.
Yeah. It'll be getting the Stargate ready to go.
Yes. We're going to get the Stargate ready. Chief's going to get his armor back, and they're all going to converge on Halo.
I guess Cortana's life is the most interesting, but even then, I'd rather she just talk to Chief more.
Very true.
But
Whatever. Subscribe.